Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, dwyervip.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. It's Monday morning, October the 16th, 2017. What better time to grab early NFL spreads for next week before the lines move? But first, for the baseball bettors, let me just say, if you have a futures on the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are up 2-0 in their series against the Cubs, right? National League Championship Series. Game 3 is your perfect hedge opportunity. Understand, you don't have to try to hedge by taking the Cubs to win the series. No, understand that if the Dodgers go up 3-0, they're going to win the series. I believe in baseball history, there's only one or two times where a team came back from a 3-0 hole. I know one of them involved my Yankees against the Boston Red Sox. But typically when a team goes up 3-0, especially when it has pitchers like Clayton Kershaw, Rich Hill, right? Yu Darvish, that's it. They'll go on to win the best of 7. So, if you have a futures on the Dodgers and you want to hedge it with Game 3, right? In other words, if the Cubs win, you get some money back, right? You know, you get some money back on your investment. If the Dodgers win, all you're doing is hedging away a little bit of your expected winnings, right? For the record, the Cubs are a minus 120 in Game 3. Let's talk about football now. Here are the early lines I like in the NFL. The first, I like the Miami Dolphins, laying 3 at home over the New York Jets. Right? Miami's defense is one of the underreported stories of this year. What I want you to do is to look at all of the defensive numbers. They just beat Atlanta in Atlanta. They did it with their defense. Jay Cutler, who moved from the booth to the field, is getting it together, right? It's been a slow process, but he seems to be figuring out Adam Gase's system. I like the Dolphins laying 3. I like the Denver Broncos getting a 1.5 against the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's face it, the Chargers really don't have a home field advantage, right? They're barely pulling fans at some soccer stadium that holds less than 40,000 people. So this is practically being played on a neutral field. I know the Chargers looked good against the Raiders, in particular Melvin Gordon. Let's just say that I'm expecting, after their loss to the Giants, I'm expecting Denver to solve the problem of stopping the other team's running back. Denver has an excellent defense. I know Denver's receivers are banged up. That's true. But I think Trevor Siemian is underrated. Let's face it, too. The Chargers literally took until the end of the game to put away a Raider team that seems to me to be hopelessly overrated. I like Denver getting a 1.5 in a game that's really on a neutral field, even though it's going to be played in Los Angeles. Next game, I like the New York Giants getting 6 points at home over the Seattle Seahawks. You got to be kidding me with this spread. Did anyone watch the game yesterday? Let me just say this. Seattle's offense, isn't that phrase an oxymoron? You know, the Giants have a pass rush, as Trevor Siemian figured out yesterday. Seattle has a troubled offensive line. So you're going to give me 6 points at home in a game that figures to be a defensive struggle. I think in a low-scoring game, the 6 points is too much. Keep in mind, if any team is feeling encouraged right now, by last weekend, it's probably the New York Giants, who ended an 0-5 start of the season. I like the Giants getting 6 points here. Next, you know, when you say overrated, I know I mentioned the Raiders is overrated. Let me name another overrated team. the Dallas Cowboys. Right? You've got to be kidding me, folks. This is 2017. This isn't a 13-win 2016 Dallas Cowboy team. Has anyone figured out that the San Francisco 49ers are playing hard for Kyle Shanahan? They're playing hard, folks. Look at the lines they've covered. Also, the Niners probably have a better defense than the Dallas Cowboys. The Niners are playing at home. Keep in mind, the Niners have been on a road trip that had them traveling all around the country. Now they return home. And you mean to tell me that I get 6 points? No need to put a bow on the package. I like the San Francisco 49ers at home getting 6 points over the Dallas Cowboys. Another game I like in a division, right? These are all early picks. The line's going to move. Remember, I'm making this video on Monday. Who knows what these lines will be on Thursday? I'm guessing someone's going to figure out that this Giant line and this San Francisco 49er line are ridiculous. Well, another line that I like the visiting Kansas City Chiefs laying 3 points over the Oakland Raiders. Right, folks? I want you to look closely at Oakland. I know Derek Carr is the kind of guy who, if he's getting an IV, he'll take the IV out of his arm, try to convince a coach that he's ready to play. Then he'll be on the field, right? Some guys you have to protect from themselves. But what was painfully obvious to me, watching the Charger-Raider game this last weekend, was the fact that Derek Carr isn't healthy. Right? The guy's a stud, but the guy is banged up. He's come back from injury too fast. Let me also say, too, that Kansas City Steeler game was a lot closer than people want to believe. That Antonio Brown touchdown should have been an interception. The ball literally bounces off the Chief into Antonio Brown's hands. Right? That was a close game. I think the Chiefs bounce back. I think the Raiders, who are 2-4, folks, again, this is not 2016. I think the Raiders are in over their heads. The offense is out of sync. I know Beast Mode looked good this last week. What I want you to do is to look at Beast Mode before then. Right? The Raiders aren't moving the ball like you think they should. Amari Cooper, wow, he's having an off year. I'm being charitable when I say that. Right? I think KC gets back in the winner's circle. I like Kansas City on the road laying 3 points simply because I believe the Raiders right now are reeling. Those are the games I like. Let me hear from you. Again, these are the lines as of Monday, October 16th, 2017, right? They haven't even played the Monday Night Football game yet for this week. But we're early. Why? Because when you see spreads like this, I believe you have to grab the opportunity before the lines change. Let me hear from you. If there's any angle you want to share with subscribers, I hope you do so in the comment section to this video. Thanks for stopping by.